The running back room will be very different this year for the Tennessee Titans without star running back Derrick Henry. But the Titans have a very capable duo this year with Tony Pollard and Tyjae Spears. Teron Davenport gave these guys a nickname that I absolutely love, and that's TNT, because these guys are going to be absolutely explosive. Hey Titans fans, Titan Uprising here. Thank you for tuning in. Please continue to like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. I love the feedback. I love hearing what you guys have to say. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I'm really close to 500 subscribers. I want to say I'm maybe 10 to 12 away from 500. That's a huge milestone to get as someone that makes content. So if you guys are Titans fans, help a fellow Titan fan out. I greatly appreciate it. Now, let's get into the video with the running backs that the Tennessee Titans have this year. Now, I call Brian Callahan Callie, so I'll just get that out of the way now. It's no secret that Callie, the offense that he runs, it wouldn't have been exactly an ideal fit for Derrick Henry. Now, the Titans are getting away from the ground and pound. They're going to be more of an explosive offense this year. They're going to exploit mismatches. They're going to attack opposing defenses. Gone are the days of run, pass, punt, which I think pissed all of us off. Gone are the days where the Titans would run into an 8-man box instead of throwing the football. Callie and the Titans had a strategy this offseason, and it was apparent what they kind of wanted to do when they went out and got running back Tony Pollard. They signed him for a 3-year deal worth $21.75 million. Now, Tony Pollard was a very good backup to Ezekiel Elliott in Dallas, but unfortunately, Tony Pollard's first year as a starter didn't quite go as planned because he was nursing the injury that he suffered the year prior, but he still managed to rush for 1,000 yards, and he had 6 total touchdowns. Pollard has spent 5 years in Dallas, and over the last 3 seasons, he had at least 1,000 yards from scrimmage in each of those 3 seasons. Now, the past 2 seasons, he had 1,000 yards rushing, which is that's always the milestone every running back wants to have. They want to hit 1,000 rushing yards at minimum. Now, a lot of people will all say Pollard sucked last year and it wasn't a good year for him and he wasn't the same. But guys, he fractured his left leg and had a high ankle sprain in January of 2023. The season starts in September. 8 months and he's back on the field. He even said himself that he started to get his feet back under him towards the end of the season. Injuries take time to heal, and players often need a full season to overcome certain injuries. Now, look at Harold Landry for the Tennessee Titans and how he looked like himself again towards the end of last season compared to the beginning of the season. You also have to remember that the Cowboys' offensive line was banged up often, and their line isn't quite what it used to be either. Pollard has a lot of juice left in the tank, and for a guy that averaged over 5 yards per carry 3 times in his career, I bet on him to have a bounce back season. And I know he has a lot of unfair criticism here, I think, for his first year as a starter, and it didn't go quite as planned, as I said earlier, but the injury is a big deal. So, you could tell he was a different player towards the end of the season. You really could. And I think that's the player the Tennessee Titans are going to get. Tyjae Spears was a 3rd-round pick last year for the Titans. And, man, this guy is just explosive with the ball in his hands. He had over 1,100 all-purpose yards, and he had 3 touchdowns in his rookie season. He averaged 4.5 yards per carry and caught 52 passes out of the backfield. He actually outsnapped Derrick Henry in 10 out of 17 games last year, and a lot of that has to do with his dual threat ability. Watching him play last year just gave me some flashbacks of what it was like when we were watching CJ2K play on the Titans. And man, it's just electric. This guy's electric. And when he gets the ball in his hands, he really excels at making people miss. He was great at shaking defenders and diving forward and fighting for those extra yards last year. I remember a few times thinking, man, we're going to be short of the first down. He's not going to get it. And somehow he manages to get the first down and pick it up. Multiple news outlets, including Bleacher Report, Sports Illustrated, and CBS Sports, are naming Spears as a under-the-radar breakout candidate. And I concur. I think he's going to break out this year, and I think him splitting with Pollard going to keep both these guys fresh. They're going to be dynamic, explosive. These guys aren't going to have 20 carries per game to get into the groove like Henry had to. These guys they can catch, they can run. I love it. Callie said recently that out of all the groups the Titans have, he thinks these guys are the ones who are the most exciting for him. That's crazy to think that, because a lot of people are focusing on the Titans' new big three at wide receiver in DeAndre Hopkins, Calvin Ridley, and Tyler Boyd. But they're going to unleash these running backs out of the backfield and cause mismatch nightmares for the defense. Callie mentioned how these guys will be mismatches against linebackers, because let's face it, most of the time, linebackers are lesser athletes than these explosive running backs are nowadays. Linebackers are usually typically bigger, and running backs are a little smaller, quicker, faster. Now, when Henry was back there, the Titans were a little limited because of the, on play calling, really. The Titans weren't going to ask Henry to run a lot of routes like they were, or like they will with Spears and Pollard. You never see, when Henry was in there, you knew it was going to be a run. When Spears came in, you didn't know. We're going to see that with Spears and Pollard. When one of these guys are out there, the offense will not skip a beat. Levis even commented on how he has confidence every single time they drop back, that whatever running back is in the backfield, that he can dump it down and make somebody miss and get a first down. Now, you add the Titans' new philosophy here in Tennessee, the 3 wide receivers to take the focus away, a new offensive line, and these running backs are going to shock some people. I think at bare minimum, we have Spears and Pollard each combined for 1,000 scrimmage yards each. I think that's bare minimum. I think each of these running backs has a legitimate shot to hit 1,000 rushing yards and tack on 500 receiving yards each. If we can get 3,000 scrimmage yards out of the backfield for the Tennessee Titans, which I know sounds crazy, I think is doable. We haven't seen an offense like this in Tennessee ever. I mean, Tennessee's always been that smash mouth, run the football down your throat, play good defense team. This is going to be something different for us. I've been watching a lot of Cincinnati tape. I'm excited. I really am excited for this team. I'm excited to see what the offense will and can do. And these running backs are going to be a big part. Like I said, everybody's going to focus on those 3 receivers. And then these running backs are going to come out of the backfield, catching the ball, running the ball, draws, screens. I mean, and behind this big offensive line, the Titans got big. That was an emphasis in the draft this year, was to get big on the offense and defensive line. And they did. They're big. They're strong. They're going to bully people, open up lanes for these running backs. Guys, let me know what you think down below. And as always, tighten up.